Hello, 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 everybody. Let me turn off this thing here. All right. Am I early or late? I'm late. uh, yep. This is so heartbreaking. I'm sorry for being late, guys. I remember this, right? So this is what. Oh, first of all, praise Jesus for His sacrifice and His grace. He's the center of my worship today. Yesterday, right before, I'm glad Cindy's here. Yesterday, right before I said goodbye to everyone, I said, I will see you guys tomorrow at 6 a.m. Right? And and Cindy's very next comment was, don't believe him. And I thought that was funny. I know, there it is, right there. I thought it was funny, but then I was like, man, that's messed up, man. But the reality is, man, 2 in a row, man, that sucks. 2 days in a row, that sucks. I hate being like wrong and having to like face the music, right? And I think that it's a good, it's a good lesson, right? Because I was talking to Stephanie yesterday about, like when we say like things like, okay, well, next week I'm going to be doing this, or 2 or 3 days I'll be doing that, right? Planning for the future. It really should be if Lord willing, then I'll be here at this time, or Lord willing, I'll be here at that time, that kind of thing, right? And it's like a certain type of boasting, right? That that and so it was just funny how, like, well, I know it probably came up because I was late yesterday, but it came up, and it was a good thing to go over, right? It's a good thing to be to think about and to be convicted over, and maybe I do need to do that. I just like I always want to make sure that, like, I'm on at the same time every day, because like that's what a godly life is, right? In order, right? Having your life be in order, right? As much as you can, right? And so I don't ever want it to be like, well, I'll be on at noon today, and maybe like 7 in the morning the next day, and like three in the afternoon the next day. I don't want it to be like that. Like, I always want it to be like almost like a machine. You missed the whole show. Why? What happened? What do you mean you missed the whole show? I just started, kid. What does it say? $1, 10 o'clock scholar. Yeah. Oh, you mean because of your let me highlight it while I'm trying to answer. So you're saying you missed the show because of heat problems? Because it's hot outside, or because your computer's overheating? Oh yeah, your computer. Yeah. Hey AJ, how you doing? Sorry guys. There'll always be a show in the afternoon. Oh man, that makes me feel so sad. Oh no. This makes me feel so bad. So has it been like hot out there in Illinois, like hotter than usual? Because I know that like here in Sacramento it could get super hot, man. It could get to like over 110. That's not good weather. Hey Michael, how you doing, my brother? Hey Shannon. Oh, it's so heartbreaking that I do this to you guys. Seems to have cured itself now, but yeah, but that's the thing, Cindy, right? Like I'll have something like that where like I'll have a problem with my phone or like a computer or something like that, and then it'll stop doing it, and then I'll think, oh, okay, well, it just resolved itself, but then it ends up being some kind of big problem like way later. And see, like I don't even have the luxury of like I'm running everything on a shoestring. So it's like if there's any kind of issue with my stuff, I gotta figure out what's wrong with it right away. Can't replace any of it. Yeah. Oh, your dog is happy again. She's not panicking. Oh yeah. Well, yeah. When it gets hard, it's hard to breathe, especially on those bad air days. You know what? Now I was thinking about it, right? Because like when you have what's that COPD, right? It's they give you like the index for the day, right? Good days and bad days, right? For air, right? And there should never be a bad air day, right? Like it should always be a good air day out. All these things that we just all this nastiness, man, out there. Gonna go study. Oh no. You have to go? I'm the worst person in the world. Oh my God. Well, you want me to call you later and fill you in on the details of what happened here? There is no good days for air. Yeah, I know it. I know it. But uh, yeah, I mean, they're spraying stuff all over us. I mean, it's obvious. I mean, it's not like the stuff is clear. You can see it up there. I'm just surprised more people don't say anything about it. It's almost like denial about that is better than like I don't understand it, right? Like you would think people would would be upset that there's stuff being dumped on us. And I don't know, like even though I knew it was happening, I kind of ignored it too, because I think there's many times like down in LA where the sky will be completely covered with that stuff, man. I don't know if you guys have ever seen smog before. I don't know, it makes me wonder, right? Because like LA has always had like smog and stuff down there, right? And you put a couple things together, right? Like, in Hollywood, everybody wants to be a star, get their star on the Walk of Fame, right? Los Angeles means what? The Angels, right? And so, and they're always handing each other, golden trophies. Hollywood is the wood used for like um, magic wands and stuff like that, right? So you would think that if there was any fallen angels anywhere, right, they would be in that area, right? And then you're like, well, man, there always used to be smog all the time, you know? But now with all the chemtrails, it's everywhere, right? And so you wonder, is like, do they need it that way? Like, do they need it covered up a certain, then you wonder if it is like weather related where the sun is too hot for them or something. You wonder. You wonder if like if they can be exposed somehow, or if wearing masks, right? It being mandated to wear masks is them getting around easier because they're not looking too hot or something. Don't forget cars nowadays are more cleaner. Yeah, that's what they say. They say cars are more cleaner now. Industrial smog is different looking than spraying of rats they are pulling off now. Yeah. Yeah, but I mean it's just you wonder. I mean, you just wonder. There's so many different variables of like what it could be and what they need and all this stuff, right? And you wonder like, well, who is it them and who isn't us, right? Like are there people that just look like they're people, but they're like angels that took on a flesh or something? Because you see that in the book of Joshua, right? When the devil he appears as an old man. And so they could walk around here and looking like people. Because doesn't Jesus say like you could, or Paul say that you could be um entertaining angels unaware, right? And so if you can't tell, then you would think they could be walking around here, could be walking around here and we would have no clue. Yeah, but see, yeah, I know you get a catalytic converter, somebody will rob you for it now. They'll just go in and take it. I don't know, there's like some kind of piece in there that's like made of platinum or something. People will just steal your catalytic converter. You come out of a coffee shop, and your car will be up on blocks. Lead to the air. What? The air was high octane for us to be. Yeah. Fallen angels walking too. Yeah, I mean that's what I'm thinking, man. They're on the earth with us, man. Because I think they got released like probably sometime around the first of the century. And that's when all the technology started getting better again for everybody, right? I think everyone was wiped out at the flood and we just used what was here until the angels got released again, the ones that were chained up, right? Let's talk after the show. Falling angels walking too. What do you mean? Has anybody ever noticed that it's an awful toxic kind of smell around the engine now? Well, I know they're trying to use less gasoline and more. I don't know. Who knows? What's the smell of electricity around gas? I don't know what that smell is, but now there's electric cars, so if it's a hybrid, you'll get that probably that mixture. I mean, there's just nothing natural about it, breathing any of that in. But see, that's the thing. I used to think if someone could um like create like an engine that like you they can run on water or something like that, that person would be famous, like famous and rich. But in reality, that would probably just kill you if you can do something like that. And it's sad to think that way, right? Because you think, wow, I want to make all these advancements and contribute to humanity, right? But if you were able to do that, they probably would either steal your idea or get rid of you, which is kind of a sad way to think about life, right? It kind of reminds me of Ecclesiastes, right? Where it's like, oh yeah, you can store up all your riches, but when you die, it's just going to get spent anyway. And that's kind of sad, right? Like it says the people who did invent hydro water engines were bumped off. Yep. Oh, see, I probably heard that somewhere. It's probably why I brought it up. I don't know. But I mean, but it fits in line with what they would do, right? If you could come up with something that's a good idea, they would either take it or get rid of you. I know. What are you confessing, AJ? Do you know how to make water engines, AJ? I'm sending them over to your house. Hey guys, we got one. Fly in the web. Fly in the web. Go get them. Yeah, no, you're right. That's right. They'll either take your idea or kill you. They just sold a Marilyn Monroe painting for $144 million. I mean, isn't that sick, man? I mean, there's people starving in the world, and there's paintings being sold for $144 million. If you're spending $144 million on a painting, right, then there's just, I mean, what? You know, there's nothing else you could think of that you need before that painting. Yeah, it seems like it's a scam. I mean, there's a lot of art that I do enjoy, right? But it does seem that at some level it's all money laundering, right? It's odd marketable securities, right? Like it's hard to tell the value of a painting. They have, you know, so you can get away with saying it's worth more or less, you know. She died right after mocking God. Yeah, Marilyn Monroe. Wait, yeah, doesn't care now. Yeah, she's dead. Oh yeah, money laundering. Yep, she did it publicly. Yeah. Well, you feel sorry for some of them. You don't know how she was probably born to be who she was. Like it's hard to you can empathize with her. But I guess at some level you gotta decide if you still want to be part of it or not. I don't know. She was real young. I think it's a shame that anyone gets abused in the world. Yeah, I think airplanes do use fuel though, because I think they do use fuel. Not as much as they say though. Oh, you haven't started back? Oh, yay. I'm so sorry for being late 2 days in a row. I'm the worst. I'm the worst individual that ever lived. I am a sinner. I am chief of the sinners. Well, yeah, you're right, Michael. I mean, they over sexualize everything, right? Especially since the invention of the television, right? I mean, especially these last 100 years or so, right? It's if you show that to people over and over and over and over again, right? Then people are going to think about it in an abnormal way. I mean, people weren't thinking about sex this much 100 and 200 years ago. It's horrific, man, how they show you what they think. Um, they show you things that will like um, affect your primal needs or whatever, and then they like just overload you with that stuff. It's horrible, man. Oh yeah, the iconic image is a, a a skirt. Yeah, it's her skirt blowing up, right? When it's like there's not many other things that she's done in her life that should be remembered, other than some air got under her skirt. I mean, that's insulting if you think about it, right? It's insulting, and so I don't know, you know. But if you ask, like, this is what's crazy, right? I'm sure a lot of women would like to be in that iconic photo, though, right? And that's always been interesting to me. Like, why would anybody want that? Like, why would anybody want, like, I mean, I wouldn't want that to be the most memorable thing about me, but I don't want to be remembered anyway. Oh, I can hear the keyboard going now. What did I do? Yeah, I just this world is so goofy, man. And like Bubba was saying, like almost like ripping at the seams, right? So it's because we're brainwashed to believe that that was beauty. Yeah, I mean that brainwashed to believe that you got to do that kind of stuff to get attention, you know? Well, Michael, I don't know, man. I think everyone should dress modestly, you know. I know, now I'm in a white dress, right? Doing the iconic pose, right? That's the worst thing ever. I agree, Cindy. It's gross. That will never happen. But I mean, it's insane, man. Yeah. But I think, Michael, I think it's an everybody thing, right? It's like I think everybody should dress modestly, not just it's just it's an everybody thing. Like the world wants us to split it up, men and women, right? They want us to use that type of language because it's divisive, right? But when you say everyone should dress modestly, right? That's just a true statement, right? I mean, it's subjective, but right, because there'll always like so if everybody did dress modestly, right, then there'll always be one person that'll just be a little less modest, and then one person that'll just be a little less modest, right? Until they're competing for who could be the least modest. And yeah, it's pretty crazy. I don't know. It's weird. You would think that, we were put here to be a certain way, and we're so far away from what that is. Like to be to be born, like TV and all that stuff, right? Electronics and dressing suggestively and all these things, right? Like that's not how we're that's not how we're meant to function. I know we're so far up into the weeds. Will we ever get it back? Well, I got Jake and Stephanie tonight. I could have afforded to have a pretty loose show today. Not saying that I would ever chalk one to the weeds, but I woke up today and I was this Holy Spirit really didn't give me anything except for um, to talk about like what Stephanie told me yesterday, which is it fits perfect with this, right? Is you know, don't say like, oh well, I'll be here in a week or I'll do this tomorrow, or don't boast about like being able to predict where you're going to be like in a year or a month. I forget what verse it is. I could look it up real quick, maybe. Let's see here. Let me read it. Can you guys hear me still? I won't be able to see it anyway, but oh no, that's not the right one. Okay. Let me find it, guys. Um, let me see where it is. I probably could have searched this on Google faster. I don't see it. I don't see it. Why don't I see it? Well, oh, here it is. Here it is. So the verse is predicting like, oh, I'll be here tomorrow at 6, right? Or I'll be here tomorrow at this such and such time. And now that's what I plan, Lord willing, right? But now to even say that it will happen, right, is like a level of boasting, right? Of being arrogant, right? Because we don't know what's gonna happen to us. We're just a vapor that is here today, gone tomorrow. Oh, my audio cut? So you didn't hear me saying anything? Can you hear me now? So you guys didn't hear me read that verse? James, okay, so somebody post James chapter 4 verse 13 through 16. No, I was reading a verse to you guys. Just about like predicting like, oh, okay, well I'll be here tomorrow at 6 a.m. or tomorrow at at 5 p.m. or whatever. It's arrogant to and prideful and boastful to say, well, I'll be here tomorrow at this time. It should be if the Lord wills, right? Because Lord willing, I'll be here tomorrow at 6. And so it fits into, yeah, whereas ye not shall be on the morrow, for What is your life? It is even a vapor that appeareth for a little time and then vanish away. Right. So me just by saying I'll be on here tomorrow at 6, right? Is boastful in a way because I don't know what's gonna happen. You know? Anything can happen. Yeah, I mean I wouldn't have minded a phone call for sure, yeah. I would have been okay with a phone call to get me out of bed. Well, I was just sitting here, leaned back and thinking about the show, and I fell asleep. It's always the same thing, right? Just sitting here before the show. Because I stay up at night. I don't even go to sleep. So I'm already awake. When I just start the show at 6, I've already been awake 6 hours or more. Yeah. That's when I do all my studying. Because then I only have a couple of people competing for my time around that time. Yes, that's what happens, AJ. I just sit here and then I nod off. But now ye rejoice in your boastings. All such rejoicing is evil. Yes, that's right. That's right. That's what it says. For ye ought to say, if the Lord will, we shall live and do this or that. What is the meaning of boasting? Like bragging, like saying, I'm faster than you, I'm richer than you, I know where I'll be in a week. When, it's just, I don't know. Sad that we have all sorts of amazing technology, like we can build skyscrapers to heaven, fly to other lands in planes, but we can't seem to get things like poverty. Yeah, I know it. I know it. Then when you hear that people are spending $140 million on a painting, you really wonder if there wasn't something else they could have used that money on. Hey Chris, what's up, brother? Glad to see you, man. Yeah, being boastful is kind of like, I don't know, like it's just cringy to me. I don't know. Even accepting stuff that's true, that's good, is kind of cringy to me too. Oh, look at the sad faces. I mean, yeah, I mean, I, I guess nothing will ever, I mean, I'm sorry to say this, Anne, but I don't think anything will ever be fair on this earth, you know? And however bad it is now, it'll probably be worse. Well, I mean, just the idea, right? Michael, if you have enough money to do that, right? If you have more than you need, then there's always going to be someone out there with less than what they need, right? And so if you feel proud of having all this extra money, um, and it's like some kind of trophy for the success of your life, right? It just means that there's people out there that don't have enough and that you don't care. I mean, it really comes down to that, right? Because if you have billions and billions of dollars and you're not giving almost all of it away, then it's like you're saying, I don't care if someone else doesn't have enough. But I mean, the world kind of teaches you got to get ahead and got to stack money away for your family, many generations to come, right? Now that's boasting about where I'll be in a week, where I'll be in a month. Many generations from now, my grandkids will be rich, right? That's pretty boastful. Yeah, money laundering. Horrible. What, Michael? What are you thinking on, man? You always confuse me, man. I'll see you thinking on something, and then I'll wonder, oh man, what's he thinking about, man? I hope he's not taking nothing. Don't take nothing personal on here. I don't think. Yeah, it is a shame, Michael, that people have that much money to buy a painting, man. Oh, what Cindy was saying, yeah, the egg-shaped diamond. Yeah, well, remember that movie Blood Diamond, right? It was exactly, all that work they went through to get that diamond, right? And all the people that had to die and people that got shot and hurt over that diamond, right? And they put it in a vault, man, a way where no one could even look at it. They bought it and put it in a vault somewhere. I mean, that's crazy, man. Like people are getting shot and killed, and people are you know they're out of their own country and in Africa, right? Like away from their own families, right? Like there's so much displacement and people getting hurt and people getting victimized and even enslaved to dig for diamonds or whatever, and they just put it in a vault where no one could look at it. I mean, it's disgusting, huh? But that's what they're showing you is their reality, right? But see, I don't believe just diamonds or you can find them in muddy water somewhere. I don't believe that. I think there's some other place they're getting them. I don't believe that. Oh, the new blood diamond is the cobalt for Tesla. Wow, for Tesla batteries. I think diamonds are rare. Yeah, yeah. Well, that's the thing. Why would anybody want that? Why? Because they told us we want that. Like, would you ever, if no one ever told you that diamonds were meant anything, right? If you're just sitting there, no one's ever mentioned a diamond to you ever in your life, right? I mean, you would never want one. And then if you saw it, maybe you'd want it. I don't know, right? But it wouldn't be to the point where you would give up 3 months' salary for it. I think what they do is they take something and then they collect all of them, even if there is a lot of them, make them rare, and then they give them out one at a time, right? I don't know. I mean, there's a way to create your own market, right? There's a way to manipulate the market for anything, really. But if you want anything besides like, food and shelter and clothing, right? Normal clothing, then really you have more than you need. And I'll tell you what, like, and I know that you guys can relate to me on this, right? Is that when you stopped watching TV, we stopped wanting things. Like I used to want things like, the as seen on TV stuff, like all the the Ronco food dehydrator, all these things, right? Like, you know, not that that was a bad product, but I'm just saying like all these things, like I never would be thinking, oh yeah, I need to get me a Nike hat. Like it never comes to my mind now. Not for the last I don't know how many years. And buying shoes, I only think about buying shoes when my shoes aren't good. I never just like out of the blue go, ooh, I want to get me some nice shiny shoes. It's just when you see it every day in your face, you're like, ooh, shoes. I think they want people to envy them. The truth is, what does it say? I think I want people to envy them. The truth is, those people don't truly have the things they really need. Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, I mean, everything I think is immaterial, right? Love and affection and, things that matter. Shake weights. What? Yeah, the horrible, horrible idea. And now my buddy's trying to call me because he's gonna take me to my doctor appointment today. But I still got 5 more minutes. Hey, Stacy, how are you doing? How are you feeling? Can you guys hear me? Did I get booted out again? My friend keeps calling me back instead of just waiting. Oh yeah, everything nowadays is oversexualized, you're right, Michael? Look into what Russia did decades ago with the harvest Ukraine had with their bountiful wheat crops and starved the Ukrainians and sold it on the open market. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how much of even that stuff I believe. I don't know how much of anything I believe. I don't believe countries are even split up anymore. Doing wonderful. Oh, that's good. So how long did they say before you're, gonna be semi-normal, feeling good and all that, like stable? Sorry, I'm texting my friend because he won't leave me alone while I'm live on YouTube. And kind of a weird day, man. And so, oh, you're going back to work next week. Wow, that's great. That's great. Oh man. Do you think you're ready for that, or as long as you're not hurting? I mean, that's what I really pray the most for you is not to be in pain. Oh, the doctors are making you wait. Oh, wow. They're holding you back. Okay. So then you're ready. That's good. I know my friend is on real time. Yes. I'm supposed to be over on you. Yes, you're right. But he knows that when I'm not answering the phone, right, it's not because I don't want to talk to him. It's because I'm live. It's not like I hang out with a million people, Cindy. People know what I'm doing right now. My body really isn't ready. Oh, got to get back to making money. Oh, that's a shame. Well, you'll be in my prayers for sure. Your friend is on real time or sleeping. Yeah, it's 7:30 in the morning out here. And so for you guys it's all later. I used to wake up at 3 in the morning to do this when me and Tom first started. That's when I just decided to stay up late at night. Just stay up all night. And now I get all my studying done in better at night anyway because no one really bothers me. So I just stay up at night. But I used to wake up at 3 in the morning and do the show, and then to have it uploaded by like 5 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock Eastern time. This woman who works and has a house, and she comes here and what? She works and has a house, and then she wow. So she panhandles and she works. Yeah, you got to get out of there, Michael, man. That worries me. Yeah. You got to get away from all that, man. Go sign up for I don't know. I don't want to give you advice publicly. Alrighty, guys. Well, it's time to hit the old dusty snail, and I am sorry about being late today, guys. Tonight's show should be good. I'm so grateful for you guys. And trust me, like when I know that I've slept through a show, I feel horrific. I feel so horrible. Yeah, grifting is not a valuable trait. Yes, we know, Cindy. That's horrible. But but that's what it's starting to become upside down. You know. I don't know. There's no market in helping people that lose, right? People only want to help the winners. People only want to give money to people that have money. I don't know, man. You know what? That's always baffled me too, man. People don't want to help people that need stuff. I don't know. But anyway, guys, yeah, buy a sandwich or a hot coffee to a homeless person. That's good quality. Have a chat. The chat's the most important, probably. Alrighty, guys. Praise Jesus for his sacrifice and his grace. All glory to God because he deserves it. Pray for the children. Pray for anyone being victimized out there. Pray for each other. It's important. I will see you guys tonight at, Lord willing, I will see you tonight at 4 p.m.